Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello.
She drives the Motorola car. She is Danica Patrick, and she's in the studio with us. Danica, it's great to see you again.
Thank you.
Now, Danica, you ever in
And a woman who made history.
Oh, that's true.
You know that? Mm-hmm. You're going to be in history books forever and ever and ever.
I had somebody ask me, they're like, do you think it's really history? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me, buddy.
Oh, do they say herstory?
No, they really were asking me if I really actually made any history at all.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Danica driving for Motorola. I'm a fan. I have my Motorola phone that is by my side at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get any cool free stuff working for Motorola?
Yeah, I do. I get like all kinds of like new products. Sometimes they have like headsets that have your phone in it for listening to music while you're working out, and sometimes they've got new like earpieces, the Bluetooth stuff, and I really just need the internet though. I really don't need any more than that. I don't even know how to load music onto like, an
iPod.
Yeah.
Do you?
It's not that difficult.
Do you have someone do it for you and hand you your?
No, I knew how to do it at one point, so I just did it, and then I don't know how to do it anymore. So
you're listening to.
You're going with.
I'm
the
definitely listening to 2005 music.
That's the first thing to go, Danica. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not technically inclined.
Mm-hmm.
Who are your bands of choice these days? Maybe.
I got to meet my favorite artist ever, Alanis Morissette.
Wow.
That was
you
very
did?
Exciting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was very exciting. I met her on St. Patrick's Day. She was performing in Phoenix, and so that's cool. But I don't know. It always changes. I always like kind of mainstream chart music, But then I like alternative, and I like classic rock, and
we need to have somebody reprogram your iPod. Get you a new
because
one.
What have I been listening? I've been listening to all the old Atlanta CDs pretty much ever since I knew she was coming to town. I just haven't taken them out of my car or listened to anything different on my iPod. So.
But if you're listening to classic rock, you don't need to reprogram the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. That's right. Although I was listening, I had dinner with my team guys last night, and they were saying that they were disappointed that like Motley Crue and another band are called classic rock now. I'm like, well, yeah, they're old.
Like you. Uh-huh.
Now, do you sing in your car? I'll look at your husband and see if I get the nod from her. Are you a car singer when you
They
drive
are probably all going to nod.
Yes, big car singer.
Car singer, shower singer.
I just kind of sing, especially like if I like a song and I get it pulling in the garage, turn the car off, get out, and I'm still singing the song.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Now, if you're driving with your husband, do you drive?
Sometimes. I mean, yeah.
Does he like to drive?
I like to drive. He likes to drive too, but I like to drive too.
That's trying to start an argument.
Probably more.
I'm not trying to start an
drive?
argument.
What car do you drive?
I have a Lamborghini, and I have a.
And he doesn't want to drive?
Doesn't that shout "pull me over"?
Yeah, it does. It does. But they usually don't give me tickets in the Lamborghini. I've gotten tickets in I have a Mercedes SUV, and it's so fast and fun to drive. And I have received one ticket in that. The guy pulled me over and said that he pulled me over, and I'm like just pulling into my neighborhood and thought I could get away from him, but I couldn't. So.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's not that fast.
I know. And I didn't. So he pulled me over and, took my license, and I'm like...
oh, boy.
Did he know who you were?
Thinking, that's the point in time where I'm hoping they go back to their car and register the name and go, I know who that is.
Yeah, but he gets to say, hey,
but he wrote the ticket and came back to the window, and I'm like, I never
man.
say who I am, because you just can't. You can't like say, don't you know who I am? You can't. You can't
but
say that.
Go back to
so
he can go back to the station to say, guess who I outdrove today?
Yeah.
Well, I did manage to tell him, like, hey, I'm a race car driver. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I know what I'm doing. I'm really sorry I was speeding. And he goes, ma'am, I don't know who you are, and I don't care who you are. And I'm like, great, awesome, thanks. And that's why the next morning I heard that it was all over the news that I was speeding, and it even had like the mile per hour amount. I mean,
he knew exactly who you were.
Exactly who. It was such a jerk.
What was that? How fast?
I was 17 over.
Oh.
In a what?
I mean, at least it was. I mean, if it was 7 over, I'd be embarrassed. But
yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
You were in the winner's circle
Yeah.
when it came to speeding.
Yeah, because over
Danica
20
Patrick
could be
Sanders.
considered
Well, they'll take your
reckless.
license away. Yeah,
reckless is 20 over. So
Can I get serious for 2 seconds?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now that you've had a couple of weeks to have it sink in, and I know you've been asked it a million times, but we talked about this in Kansas briefly. What did the win mean to you now that you've had a chance to step away from it and look at, I think, more the reaction of others maybe than anything else.
I've heard, one of the really flattering things, like, just that came from it was that, obviously I cried a little at the end, and I heard that some people cried too that watched it, and I was really
openly
flattered,
sobbed at my house. Everybody's sleeping, and I was like, "Oh, Danica!" So I cried.
Thanks. See, that's like, to draw emotion out of people like that is, I think, just amazing. And I think the really cool effect it has is I saw in Kansas. At our last race, that all the little girls were wearing, my T-shirts, and we came out. We have these T-shirts that have like history. They're for the win. They have history on the front, and they've got a picture on the back and everything, and dated, and a lot of them wore that, and it was just kind of really flattering and amazing how when you step back and go, I guess that was, and, it was a big moment, and it means a lot to a lot of people, and I think that it's really cool that a mom or a dad can sit at home and a kid can go, that's a girl, and they can tell them that they can do anything.
And in addition to the racing, the more you're in the media and people come to know who you are, they root for you even more because of who you are. That's a very big part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's important, as embarrassed I was sort of in the moment to be crying, I think it's people get to know you too, and they,
absolutely.
I do always come off pretty hard and tough on TV, especially around the race and getting interviewed right before. So it's important that they see you being yourself and being a little natural.
But fathers of daughters always want their daughters to be both competitive and great, and tough when they need to be, and then also a person of good character. It's easy to root for you.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll let everyone else answer whether or not I fall into those categories or not. But
sure you do.
Danica Patrick is our guest, and Danica, during the break, Gunnar, who's here with us, Gunnar has 3 daughters. Yeah. And they were all very excited.
Well, it's a rare thing because I live in a house full of women, obviously my wife, and then 3 young daughters. So
my dad said he was cursed when that.
Yeah. Same with Gunnar. He's being punished by God.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
College was very, very good to me. So good, the Lord blessed me with 3 daughters.
Yes.
That's how good it was. But
he knew how to get you back.
Normally I have the sports section, and I'm from Chicago, so I'm like, damn it, the White Sox lost or the Cubs won, and nobody cares. And that morning I go, hey, Danica won. And I had 4 girls over my shoulder looking at the paper,
right.
And they were just thrilled. And it's just a cool moment as a dad, to have that.
That's
of course,
cool.
that's my middle daughter, Carly, who is demanding I vote for Barack Obama so she can be the first president of the United States.
I would say I love that. I think that's great.
Wants.
She's competitive.
She wants to be the first female president?
She wants to.
Yes, my middle one wants Hillary to lose so she can be the first female
Knowing that
president.
she's from your loins, I'm moving to Canada.
Do you remember Billy Beer? I'm ready to bring it on.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Danica Patrick will be very competitive now, obviously, with the Indianapolis 500 at the end of the month. The big race and the 2 groups in open wheel racing are now together, making it even more exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the most amount of entries to start the month off in 16 years.
That's great.
Now, kind of a silly question. Obviously, Elio Castroneves, great race car driver. We all found out he's an amazing dancer. We knew he had a great personality. Have you been asked to do Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah.
Did they?
A while back, though.
Do you think you'd do it?
No. Well, I didn't do it, so.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because Elio, it turns out, was a great dancer. I wonder if he knew that before he went in.
He did a great job. He suits that show perfectly.
Yeah.
He's very happy, cheesy, and loves the camera and loves to play up to it. And, I don't think I could do that back there. Although, yeah, woo, vote for me, pointing to me and giving thumbs up and stuff. I couldn't do it. It's not in me.
That's the reason I turned it down, Danica.
Yeah. Have any of you been asked?
No.
No.
You never know.
Danica Patrick is our guest.